Hello everybody, this is JD. The reason I'm doing this, I'm in my t-shirt, I'm in my glasses, I got a pair of black jeans on. What is this about? Well, I did my videos about those people who cannot stand the truth. And the reason I'm sitting here like this, in my t-shirt, without my hair combed and a pair of glasses, is for a reason. I want you all to see the real JD. Why? Because I am now experiencing the exact same thing I experienced in 1967. Let me give you a little forefront on this. One time when me and my sister was arguing about some things, she called me a part-time hippie. Her friends turned around and said, of all the people we know, he is probably the only true hippie. Okay? I believe in peace above all else, but yet I joined the United States Navy. Why? I'll explain that. But right now, I'm going to tell you what I'm experiencing now. I'm experiencing the same junk that I experienced during the quote unquote peace demonstrations of the late 60s. In 1967, I went to a concert in Central Park. They were getting people up, and they had singers and everything, and they were demonstrating against the war, and they were saying how we deserve to have our voice heard. We deserve peace, not war. There's other ways to accomplish peace, not war demonstrations. Well, one of the singers seen that in the crowd there was, I think it was 5 Marines. And they called them up on stage. They were at St. Helens Naval Hospital there in New York, and they were at the concert too. I mean, they were very, very big name singers who were demonstrating. Well, these men got up there and started saying things that the crowd didn't want to hear that was happening in Vietnam, on how the Viet Cong was torturing children, how they were killing little children because they had a candy bar that was given to them by an American soldier, a Marine. They've seen people in the village being tortured by these quote unquote liberators. Well, the crowd got very agitated and was about ready to jump on a stage and riot against them. I jumped up there and called them all hypocrites. Yeah, that's my picture when they show in 1967 the guy from the top wearing a white shirt, black pair of pants, and is wearing black boots, Western boots to be exact. And if you could see his belt buckle was to the left a little bit. Yes, that was me. I jumped up there and I called them all hypocrites and liars. I said, you show your true colors. This is what you are. If you want to fight, we have a war over in Vietnam. Go over there and fight. If you stand for peace, if you stand for freedoms, if you stand that everybody should have a voice, then these men here deserve exactly the same thing. They have a right to tell you exactly what they saw, whether they agree with you or not. And you have the option to listen or not. But you don't have the right to fight them. That is what we are standing here to protect. The right for each of us to have a voice. The crowd quieted down, and those Marines told some very interesting stories, and afterwards they were applauded for the things, yes. Now, I'm not saying anyone in that crowd joined the military. Maybe I was the only one. But the truth of the matter is that is what I'm experiencing now. Because I'm saying secession is not the answer to fix the problems. Because secession is only going to put other politicians running your government, running your state, and they will do it the way they want, not the way you want it. If you think your state should secede, no, that is not the question. The question is, what is your representative in Congress and the Senate doing? Don't you people realize Congress and the Senate run the country? Now, some of you could say, well, we don't have that many representatives in Congress, but you have exactly 2 in the Senate, which everybody else has. And notice the bailout bill got bogged down in the Senate. The Senate is where everything is finally decided upon and approved. You have to look at who you are putting in this Congress and in the Senate. And if you don't like what our government is doing, don't you? I mean, look, Obama had this great bailout package, or, recession to fix the package. Did he get it? Not right away, because it had to go through Congress and the Senate. Congress and the Senate runs this country. You need to understand that. Now, let me explain to you why, if I'm such a peace advocate, and I did 26 years in the Navy, why did I do that? I'll ask you this. Why do you have police? Why do we have a military? What goes on in the world? Where's the Twin Towers? That's why. The Twin Towers stand no more. You have police because they got to protect you from the criminals. The criminals would take over the world. And they will gladly take over the world if we put down our guard. So why did I join the military? Let me explain it to you this way. You're walking down the street, and you have to, in the evening, and you have to get to your car. Suddenly, and you're wearing a long trench coat, suddenly a man comes out with a pistol and wants to rob you. He just disrupted your peace. Well, you take your arm and you raise it up towards him, and pointing to him now is a double-barrel shotgun with both hammers cocked. That burglar has the option to walk away or to continue robbing you. He already knows by what he's looking at you are serious. You will pull both triggers and probably cut him in half. He puts his gun down and walks away. You established peace. Unfortunately, the world is full of these people who are muggers, these people who are crooks, these people who will steal. Okay? Unfortunately, the world is full of people who are politically correct. Special interest groups looking for their own and only their own. Luckily, we have a shotgun, a big one. It's called the Constitution of the United States. And it's up to us to utilize it. And as long as we sit back and say, I'm Democrat, I'm going to vote Democrat, I'm Republican, I'm going to vote Republican, we are going to get a government like we have today. And as far as you people out there who are yelling secession, secession, instead of looking at that, what can you do better than the Constitution? Nothing. Start pushing the Constitution. Start educating the people. I am a strong believer in the Constitution. I am not a party person. I refuse to belong to any party, and I will only support the Constitution and the American citizens. When I get elected President of the United States, which I will run again in 2012, I will put you, the American people, in the White House. That's what I mean. You, the American people. The voice of each and every one of you will be heard every day. It's up to you to see to it that who you put in Congress and the Senate does the same thing. But you're not. You are constantly putting in people who support the political parties. And like my video says, you got what you voted for. You put parties in, so expect parties to come out. Until you realize and don't support the parties. Stop giving the parties their money. Stop supporting them. Let them die and wither upon their cancerous vines. And bring in people who truly believe in the Constitution and you, the American citizen. Most of those congressmen and senators believe that we are too dumb to run our own country. That's why they go off and do what they want to do. This is JD. You think about that. Okay? Now this video is for those people who think that I am something else. I do not believe in secession. I do know we have a way to fix this government, and it's called the Constitution of the United States. And if you want to get the job done right, there's only one way to do it. The right way. And it can be done, and it should be done, and together we, you the American people and I, can do the job. We can fix what's wrong with this country. But it takes us together, because as long as the political parties have their stranglehold, they're not going to release it. But we have the Constitution and they have nothing. You have a nice day. This is JD.